Campervan Kevin has a stroke, and John from RV Odd Couple, he has some health issues as well. What's up, everybody? All right, don't forget tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the live stream. Come on over. We'll talk about what we're going to talk about now and more things. So come over and join us. So we are going to start with Scott from Static Campervan. All right, first of all, he put up a little unistrut shelf system in his van. He likes an open shelf. Some people don't like it, but he doesn't like to have things like, doors that swing open into your space because it takes up space. And even when you have sliders and things like that, you still have to have, it still takes up space. He likes to utilize as much space as he can because he is in a rather small vehicle. So yeah, go over and check out Scott at Static Campervan and check out his setup and how he did it. That unistrut shelving system is pretty cool. You can do all kinds of stuff with that thing. It's kind of similar to the stuff that Chrome has in his new van, where you can move things around, slide things around, and change stuff. And yeah, so pretty cool. Speaking of Chrome, now a lot of people they don't like Chrome. They get on Chrome's ass and say he doesn't do this. Just recently, I had some people say, "Oh, Chrome doesn't help his community and everything." Well, Chrome did all kinds of stuff for Jeffy Bear. He just not too long ago, I did a video where he gave some new house batteries to a young lady that was solo female, but in a wheelchair. So plus, he's always doing stuff. He stopped and helped people before he went by and saw a van or something. I forget what it was, but off to the side, and he went and did his trip, and on his way back, he noticed they were still there, so he stopped and helped them out. He's always helping people out, and he's always been very kind and generous to me as well. And this time, same deal. He saw some people broke down. No one was stopping. He turned around and went back to them. He noticed they were in a no cell service area. There was no cell service for him, so he kind of assumed that they didn't have it either. There was some kind of incident where there was a detour. So these folks were kind of like, out there with their ass swinging in the breeze. Chrome decided to stop and help them out because he had a Starlink. So, he couldn't fix their issue mechanically, but when you're in a no cell service area, the only thing you can do is walk and hope you can find something. But due to Chrome stopping, they could actually contact someone and get help to come. So go over and check out Chrome, Vancity Vanlife. All right, now we have Mikey. Mikey, he needs some new tires and some other things on his little Pilot. Got some nails and stuff in there, so he has to do that. Needs some other things, so I'm sure we know how that's going to turn out. But Mikey did realize that his doom scrolling and making videos after he doom scrolls isn't boding well with his audience. Everyone's not into his his telling you all about what he thinks society is doing, even though he escaped society. But then Mikey, he shaved. He got rid of his little snidely whiplash mustache, his old timey mustache, and he talks to Josh about it's Josh's 3 months of living off grid out there with Mike. So he talks to Josh about what it's like and what his experience was and what he would advise other people if they were going to do this, and I guess pros and cons and all that other kind of stuff. Actually, it was quite interesting. It was nice to get a take on what Josh's experience was. Now, Josh didn't go out and do it by himself. So, he even said he went to help Mike out with some things, and it wound up that they ended up helping each other. So, Josh has a place now and has his own little section. So I'm sure whatever deal they worked out. But it was interesting to hear his side of what it was like after 3 months and what he had to go through. And, you know, he said, you definitely need this, you need that. And he did say, he made it quite clear that, you need to have some money. You can't come out here broke and just try to do this, because you need shit to get started, or it's going to be a rough go, especially there when it still gets cold and snowy and everything else in the winter. So you have to be prepared for that too. So yeah, pretty good little video, I have to admit. So go over and check them out. All right, now we have Campervan Kevin. He had a stroke. As we all know, he just went through that big open heart surgery, and where they repaired an aortic aneurysm, or kept one from, well, whatever. It didn't explode, but he had aortic problems, which it wasn't anything new. It was something that he was well aware of and got it fixed. But yes, he had a stroke. He was in the shower and he had a stroke. He was able to sit down before he fell down. He lost the use of everything, he said, except his left hand. He was transported via ambulance to Summit Regional. He was given the option of clot-busting drugs. When within an hour, he said he regained the use of most of his body. He can now talk, and he said that the right side of his body was still numb, and especially his face. He was then flown to Phoenix for specialist care. The clot drug was known for some bad and other side effects, so he had to be watched. They're going to be checking him out to see if the blood clot is completely gone, or if he needs surgery to remove it, and he's not really sure the extent of any kind of damage as far as, loss of oxygen to the brain and all other stuff. So, but I guess if he is able to convey what has been happening, so just keep him in your well wishes, good vibes, and prayers if you do that and everything, because I guess he is going to need it. So speedy recovery. And with that being said, John and Mercedes from RV Odd Couple, they're going through it as well. John has some major blockages, and he needs some attention. Now Mercedes, she was doing the video because John is unable, of course, but she lets us know that it's tough. She goes over some of the issues with our healthcare system and how it's very broken, and the insurance companies, how they choose. If a doctor says you need this, it's not up to the doctor. It's up to the insurance company what they're going to approve, unless you got a lot of money. And they tell you can get this scan, and then go get that scan, and then get this part scan. Instead of doing a whole scan, if they can't figure it out, they want to do, here, scan this part, and then scan, and then it's just over and over and over again. And it's quite annoying. And here, we'll just let her tell you a little bit about what they have been going through.
And we've lost all this time, all this money. So in the last 6 months, our family has had to walk through almost 80 doctor's appointments. We've had 113 claims.
Crazy.
We've added 6,000 miles to our truck, and the total medical bill has been about $150,000. I mean, I don't have to tell you how broken our medical system is. I don't call it a healthcare system, it's a sick care system. And between how long insurance takes to approve anything, because they only want to approve one scan on one body part instead of scanning everything and finding out what's wrong at once. And then you finally get the referral for the specialist, but they're booked out a lot. So you have to call the gals to schedule, but you got to be nice, but you got to be.
Yep, and that's the way it is. They're so full, they're so booked up with doing this and that and the other thing that, yeah, we can get you in 3 months. Well, I need you now. This is an issue. Well, go to the emergency room or go to urgent care. And yeah, it is crazy. It is very crazy. And what's even more wild is that John had some kind of lesion on his foot, and it wouldn't heal, and it wouldn't heal. And they kept going and checking that out. And after all this other stuff and all the other scans and everything and finding nothing, they decided that, hey, well, maybe his foot isn't healing because of this. Maybe it's not getting blood flow. Maybe it's not getting whatever. So they finally did a whole body scan where they found that he has blockages and he needs all kinds of stuff, an aortic bypass, all kinds of things. So he needs to be opened up, from from throat to belly button and beyond. And he needs to be worked over and needs a lot of stuff done. So someone else to keep in your thoughts, well wishes and prayers and all that stuff. And it's crazy that, they tell you need this done now. And then when you call to try to get an appointment, well, we can get you in 3 to 6 months. It's very broken and very, very crazy. So, again, come join me tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll talk about all this stuff and more. And, you know how we do here.
This is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.